Hello, my name is Mia. You can call me that because it's my name. Now, today I'm talking about a game that's very good and important to me, Rayman 2, The Great Escape for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, why is this game so important and very good, you ask? Well, I will explain now. Rayman 2 began development in 1992. It first was started off as a 2D platformer, the likes of Rayman 1 and Rayman 1 for the GBA. However, soon after the release of Super Mario 64, the developers at Ubisoft decided to go in a different direction with the Rayman franchise, ditching the classic 2D approach from Rayman 1 and Rayman 1 for the Jaguar, and instead focusing on the 3D platforming found within Super Mario Galaxy. Furthermore, with this change, they also decided to give the characters more of an identity. This begins with giving each character their own voice. However, they speak purely in gibberish, but they do have text boxes that allow us to see text which, when taken in context, apply to what the character is saying, and you can derive from it the personality of the character. Furthermore, way after this, when the game was in development in the 3D way we know of it today, Rayman was actually supposed to have a gun, but they took that out because they're pussies. Now, what makes this game so good? You just told me the history. That's what you're saying. You just told me the history, and I didn't even care. Now I answer you very attentively. So, when the game first released, it released for the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2. And later on, it also released for the PC, I think. That version is the worst one because I don't like the PC. I'm poor and my PC sucks. Anyway, back on topic, Rayman 3 was worse than Rayman 2 because Rayman 2 is the best one. Anyway, Rayman 2 on the Dreamcast is very good, and I will begin to explain why. So, in comparison to the other versions, Rayman 2 has a, hub world. No, it doesn't. I lied. It actually has a world map, which is very cool. It's called the Isle of Doors. Very awesome, right? Well, the other versions are the ones that have the hub worlds. The hub world, singular. And you're asking, okay, well, hub worlds are cool, so why is the world map better? Well, because first of all, the hub world fucking sucks, and it's not good. And second of all, well, there's a lot of things that make the Dreamcast version better. First of all, the Sega Dreamcast is the best console ever made. Everybody knows this, and it's like a well-known gaming fact. Second of all, the Dreamcast version actually has some special features. For example, in the Dreamcast version, if you press a button, Rayman jumps. That's not in any other version. You can only do that in the Dreamcast one. Furthermore, in the Dreamcast version, the controls are better, and the graphics are better, and get this, Rayman is better, because Rayman is cool, and he's even cooler in the Dreamcast, because the Sega Dreamcast is very cool. Now, to move on to another point of why the Dreamcast version is better, so, in the Sega Dreamcast version, there's actually a lot of things that aren't present in the other versions. Do you remember when I mentioned that they didn't give Rayman a gun because they're pussies? Well, in the Dreamcast version, if you actually input a very secret code into the video game, you can unlock Rayman's gun. And then you can shoot people with it. And it's really cool. Although it could have just been a dream I had, so don't hold me accountable if it doesn't work. Now, what makes this game stand the test of time? Well, let's look at the most recent Rayman games. Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends. Now, Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends very clearly still have a lot of aspects from Rayman 2, like the lumps, which doesn't make sense, because in Rayman 2, we know that the lumps are not like infinite. There's only like 1,000 of them, and they're all like important to collect, because when you collect all of them, they go to the heart of the world, and the world is fixed. Every Rayman fan worth its time would know this. But alas, I think Ubisoft is just stupid and they forgot, which is fine because I don't care. Anyway, in Rayman Legends and Origins, besides the lumps, there's also Glowbox, who is also from Rayman 2. In Rayman 2, he sounds stupid. In Rayman 3, he sounds like a guy. And then in Rayman Legends and Origins, he doesn't sound like anything. Because I have my games muted because my mom doesn't let me make the volume higher because she wants to sleep in my room. Anyway, what makes it still stand the test of time beyond all the points I gave is very simple. So, Rayman 2 is very fun and good, and Origins and Legends is kind of boring and stupid and ugly because it's animated and I only like AI. Furthermore, so in Rayman Legends and Origins, the games are very hard and I don't know how to play them. And in Rayman 2, I know how to play the game, and I've beaten the game 1,000 times. I have the world record speedrun, and it's on the Sega Dreamcast. So Legends and Origins aren't even on a Sega console, making them way worse. In conclusion, the reason why Rayman 2, The Great Escape for the Sega Dreamcast, is the best game of all time is because I really like it and it has Rayman in it. And it's on the Dreamcast. Thank you for watching my video. I love you. Bye.